Now, I got to ask, so when you're in the thick of it, I'm talking Ben Stiller's show, then The Critic, then fucking Larry Sanders, which is such an iconic comedy.
So iconic.
Did you know, like, I'm a young kid from Long Island who's now in L.A., I'm writing on 17 shows, I'm in the throes. Did you go, I'm doing it? Or was it a constant fight for survival?
Well, both. I mean, I was lucky because Larry Sanders, my job was just to pitch jokes. I didn't have to approve the jokes. And really the more stressful job is which joke to put in the script. It's fun to just sit there eating a sandwich, just babbling all day.
Sure.
What about this? What about that?
We turned it into a career.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all it really was just trying to get a joke in. You'd get maybe one script a year to write. And then slowly I rose up where the very last season I co-ran the show with Adam Resnick, and that's stressful.
Yeah,
because now you could let Garry down.
How did he pitch that to you, that he wanted you to run the show?
There's just like a moment where he was unhappy with how it was set up, and then he just said, "Will you please come in and help me?" And I had seen him go through a lot of writers, and some of the best writers in the world that he just didn't connect with.
Scary.
And I had seen that go dark a bunch of times.
Well, the last season's dark. I mean, the last season is like, it's beautiful. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
The idea that you don't realize how much they love each other till the last season, the characters. When Hank is such a weasel the whole show, but the last season, he's kind of like, no, fuck Jon Stewart taking over. Like, I got you back. That was kind of where you're like, oh, whoa, this show kind of like, it's got heart. You know?
Oh, yeah, that was real.
I mean, that's what he wanted, to be about, was like, he would always say, it's about people who love each other, but show business gets in the way.
Right.
Ooh.
And so, like, your ego gets in the way. He also said that no one ever tells the truth to each other. And if they ever look someone in the eye and tell the truth, it's a huge deal.
Right.
And, so that was the conversation in the office. Like, people just have a mask and they want to be seen a certain way. And that was what the whole metaphor of the show was, like being behind the curtain and how we all have our own, private world in our head. And this way we want people to see us. Like, Hank Kingsley wants you to think he's like the shit.
Right.
But to everyone, he's like, he's so clearly not the shit.
Yes.
And also, he wants to know if Larry loves him.
Yeah.
There's one episode where it's all about him just wanting a raise and saying, I'm going to quit if I don't get a raise. But he just kind of wants to see if Larry would back him.
Right.
So that's the thing that Garry was most
It's all
interested
relationships.
in. Yeah, it's all about, how people connect and if you think about any job you've ever had, like, it's all the same stuff for any office. I mean, that's why I think it's an inspirational show to a lot of other shows, because it just went very deep into those relationships. But so when Garry asked me to run it, I was so nervous. So I just said to him, I know what usually happens to the person in this job.
Yeah.
And I go, I really don't want to lose
It's like working for Trump.
It is. It's like, like you're Scaramucci or something, and so I said, how can we do this where at the end of this you don't hate me?
Yeah.
And we talked about it, and I don't think anyone had ever done that with him. To just really sit him down and go, what is the process that makes this easier for you? And I think the reason why it worked was I think he just liked writing with me, and not that I was doing anything so great, but I think he felt comfortable being funny with me.
That's huge.
And so he would loosen up, and I could kind of get him going and take notes and, manipulate him into figuring out all the problems. Where other people would try to fix everything for him, which you do have to do. But I was like, how do I get Garry to tell us? Because it's all in his head.
Right.
And if I can make that fun, maybe he'll give us more of the show and it won't land on us as much.
Sure. Wow, there he is.
Yeah.
There he is, yeah.
Yeah. I always think that show is like the opposite of Seinfeld. They were on at the same time, but Seinfeld was like no relationships, selfish, show about nothing, and that show is like just emotion, love, fighting, jealousy, and all showbiz, where Seinfeld had very little showbiz. Very different show.
There's also like some of the callbacks in that. I mean, one of my favorite episodes is Hank's Night in the Sun, where Larry's sick and Hank takes over, and the first night he takes over the show, he kills because he's like charming, and then it all goes to his head, and he becomes a piece of shit. And it's just a great episode. I mean, it's a great episode if you're like, oh, am I going to like this show? You just watch that one, then you're like, all right, watch that, then start from the beginning.
Yeah, Peter Tolan wrote that episode.
It's a great one.
He wrote a lot of the best ones, but it is the one we all point to. There's also a funny one with Colin Quinn as Rip Torn's son.
Dude.
It's pretty great.
Apparently, that was what made Mike Myers want Colin Quinn to be Scott Evil.
Whoa.
He saw that because Colin is like his spoiled son.
Yeah.
And he's like, this will be good. And Colin turned down Austin Powers.
Yeah, what an idiot.
He didn't see it. I have Jake Kasdan had a funny story where he was up to direct American Pie, and he read the script and he went in for the meeting and he said, I think it's like really good, but like I don't think you should have this kid fuck a pie. And then he did not get that job.
Wow. Good.
Yeah, he also read Star Wars. He's like, Darth Vader? The hell?
Yeah, sometimes you're just proven completely wrong.
Yeah, I mean that's the scene, man. I mean, I feel like you see Jason Biggs now. That's the first thing you think of.
Of course. Yeah. I saw that I always say I saw that movie in a black neighborhood, and the black commentary is always hilarious. And right when they showed the pie mangled, some guy goes, "He tore that shit up." Popcorn in the air. It was great.